Hello, all right. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back again. Welcome to our crash course teaching in remote learning. So this is course 4, and we will be learning how can we use Quizlet and Kahoot for formative assessment. Okay, again, I am Mitchell, Africa from Manua Shama International School. I'm a I'm an MYP science and design teacher and a certified EdTech expert as well. So again, for this afternoon, we're going to learn using Quizlet and Kahoot for formative assessment. Okay, so how I use Quizlet and how I use Kahoot in my classes. Actually, I've been using this uh, formative assessment in my regular class, okay? But because we transitioned to remote learning, so I thought of, okay, so can I still use it in remote learning? Definitely yes, okay? We can use it in remote learning as long as we have a conference platform, okay, just like Zoom. And you can have students uh, learn and play as well using Quizlet and using um, Kahoot. Okay, so what will be our agenda for this afternoon? Okay, so for this afternoon, we'll get to know the platforms, we'll get to know Quizlet and Kahoot. Also, I will be teaching you how you can create Quizlet sets, how can we do Quizlet Learn, Match, and Test. And we'll have a short Quizlet Live so that you can play as well. And I will be teaching you how to create Kahoots. We'll be creating Kahoots and how can we start Kahoot self-paced learning. Okay, so how can students learn and play Kahoot if you're not online, okay, or if you're not in a synchronous learning phase. And we'll try Kahoot Live, and also how can we monitor? Of course, this is important. Okay, it's not only learning and engaging students in a game-based learning platform, but also how can we monitor students' progress? What are the things that we need to reinforce? What are the things that they need to learn more. Okay, so let's start with Quizlet. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is the Quizlet platform. Maybe some of you are familiar with this. Once you log in, so this will be your homepage. You will see here your recent Quizlet sets. Okay, you can see here all of the sets you created. Okay, here, these are all the sets that I created. You can also see the folders. So for me, I organize all of my sets in a folder so that when I need for next year for my grade 8 science, I can just check the Quizlet sets, okay, that I created for grade 8 science and the classes. So I also organize, okay, everything in classes. So I have my MYP1 science, MYP2 science, my after school program, the WSC MXIS. Okay. So yeah, that these are the sort of things that you can see in your homepage. Now, what we wanted to know is how can we create a set? Okay. So just click create here. So once you have login, so you can create a set here. Here you can create a new study set. Okay, what's good with Quizlet is that it has an auto-save set. So once you get disconnected, it's auto-saving. Okay, so you can add a title here. For example, I'm making cell parts. Okay, you can add a description. This Quizlet set is for grade, let's say grade 8 science, about the parts of the cell. Okay. What's good with this is you can right now it's not only creating sets or flashcards, but you can add a label. You can add a diagram, and then you can label the diagram. So, for example, here you can choose an image, or you can drag and drop. You can just drag and drop an image here. Let's say it's parts of the cells. So I have my parts of a cell picture here, an image here, and you can label the parts of a cell. And for example, this is your vacuole. Okay, so you can put the term vacuole. Okay, let's say the definition is it stores water or liquid. Okay, so as simple as like that. Then you can change the text and the color, and then you can add. Okay. Also, you can change the language. Okay, so this is good for language learning. If you're teaching Chinese or you're teaching other languages, you can do this. You can change the language also, which is good. Okay, so you can add it here, and you will see it here on there. So that's your first term and the definition here, and then okay, so if you're not doing a diagram, then you can add an image as well. Okay, what's good with Quizlet is that it also has the speech to voice feature, that it can read to your students, okay, whatever is in your set or whatever is in your card. Okay, so that one, and then once you're done, okay, you can keep adding and then click create. So for me, okay, so these are the sets that, okay, I'll just leave this one. So these are the sets that I created. Okay, for example, get to know Quizlet. Okay, so here, and this is getting to know Quizlet sets, okay, that we will be using this afternoon. So you have students can study using flashcards, using learn, write, spell, or test, or they can also play match and gravity. Okay, so and these are the steps here. Okay, so let's try, for example, flashcards. Okay, so here, so a fun, engaging vocabulary or concept learning opportunity. It can read, okay, for your students. Students can check their progress here. They can play. So what I ask my students to do is, since there are lots of ways that they can do here, I suggest and I recommend to do the learn first. Okay, so they can learn, they can master. I ask them to master it and reach until 100%. Okay, so what does it look in your students? If your student is using mobile or using phones, okay, they can also study, okay, mobile learning, and it will look like this. Okay, so for example, you have your students' Quizlets here. Okay, so just click this set. Right, your student can also learn using learn, flashcards, write, match, and test. So your student can just click match and then boom, test. Okay, oops. All right, so they can play that, and they can also learn. Click learn here. So type what you hear in this audio powered study mode. Right, so those are some of the things that you can ask your student to do. And what's good with this is you can check your students' progress by clicking the class progress here. Okay, so that's what we wanted as a teacher to gauge, okay, how, if they were able to do the task or they were able to master the terms. So if you click the class progress here, you can see who did the learn, who did the flashcards, the right spelling or the test or the match. Okay, so for them, okay, I don't really give them a lot of tasks. Okay, so I just focus with the learn feature here. Okay, so I ask them to learn, and then once they reach 100%, it will just mark check here, so they're done. So that's what I do with my students in remote learning. Oh, by the way, there's a free Quizlet teacher to support remote learning. So maybe you can create an account for this and get your Quizlet teacher so that you have all the features of the Quizlet. Okay. So you can check. Oh, by the way, also here you can mark which set are you checking or are you or you wanted to check, and then here, because when you open this class progress, it's in past week. Just make sure that it's past years, because past year, because like if you wanted to check your students, this Quizlet was done like a month ago or 2 months ago, because it's already the second month of our remote learning. Oh my, so long already. Okay, so yeah, that's how you can check it. And here for mastery. Okay, and how are you going? Yes, so this you can check what were missed. Okay, what were rarely missed. And here, so you can really have like an assessment of how it went, or how the learning went to your students. Okay, you can also see here the join link. Okay, so this is the one that you will be sending to your students. Okay, so for my MYP2 Science, kindly join my MYP2 Science class. So this is the join link, and every set also you can get the you can share it. And also share it. Okay, so you can also share it, and okay, here you can share it to your students. This set, this particular set, just copy the link and then you can share it. So let's try. How are we going um to do? So this one you can do it asynchronously. Okay, so the students can do this asynchronously. They can learn in their own time, in their own pace. Okay, but what if I wanted to make a synchronous activity for them? What I suggest, okay, what we do in the classroom and what we are doing in remote learning is I'm doing the live. Okay, let's try the live session. Okay, so for the live session, you need your students to open their Quizlets, or they can just simply go to Quizlet.live. So for our for those who are here in our um, session today, you can go to Quizlet.live. So Quizlet.live, or if you have the Quizlet app, right, I'm going to show you. If you have the Quizlet app, you can just click here. Okay, you will see their Play Quizlet Live. All right, so you will see their Play Quizlet Live. So let's see. Okay, so how would you like to play? Here, there are two ways that you can do Quizlet Live. It could be that there will be the definition and then you're gonna answer with the term, or it could be the term and you will be answering with the definition. Right, so I'm gonna select this. Okay, let's see. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna go live. And I want to All right, so this one. All right, okay. So, and then it will show you the code. Okay, so for those who are in our session today, you can go to www.quizlet.live, or you can open your Quizlet app, okay? So you can give the code to your students. Like for example, here, if I'm using my mobile phone, I can just scan and it will show, it will bring you to the Quizlet Live, right? So for teacher Bernie, for teacher Krista, and for teacher Jerome, you can go to quizlet.live. Okay, if whatever device you're using, you can go to www.quizlet.live, or you can go to your Quizlet app. Okay, so yeah, and then it will show you the okay, so what is your first name? So I can write here like Mitchel, and right, so you will wait for your teacher to start. Okay, so for teacher Krista, teacher Bernie, and teacher we have okay Jerome. Yeah, yes, okay, so teacher Jerome is here. Thank you so much. That we can play Quizlet. Yeah, teacher Bernie and teacher Krista. Yeah, you can just go to Quizlet.live. Okay, and then okay. Okay. Yes, because we cannot start this unless we have at least 4 students. Okay, we cannot start the live unless we have 4 students. So, yep. Let's see. Right. Okay, so let's wait for more people. Live. All right. And okay, so we have we have Mitchell, Krista, Jerome, and Bernie. Now let's start. Okay, so when you create the game, okay, so you can assign random teams or you can create your own custom teams. So you will be in a group. So for example, me and I and Jerome will be in a group, and Chris and Bernie will be in a group also. So your student can see this, okay, on their screen. And then once you start, okay, once you start the game, so this will be your screen. And okay. All right. So this one will be right. So there will be a question on your screen. And okay, you can answer the questions. So you will see the score. You will see the score on the screen here. Okay. Okay. And Okay, so what you need to do is, okay, so there are questions on your screen, um, and then the cards. Okay, you have different cards. One student will have 3 to 4 cards, and the other student will have 3 to 4 cards as well. Now, you don't know who, like, who has the answer. Okay, you don't know who has the answer. So what you will be doing is to, like, check your card. Okay, if you have the answer, you can click, and then it will move. Okay, like that, and then check to focus on terms, and then if you have the answer, you just click and it will move. All right, and yeah, and then if you miss a term like that, okay, so it will go back to 0, and then it will give you like what you missed. Okay, you can check it out. Okay, so teacher Chris and teacher Bernie, you can play around. Yep. Okay, so you can answer the questions until you reach 12. All right, so yeah, so see, it will move from, okay, so our final score here would be 8. Okay, so what I do with my students, I have them collaborate as well when they are answering questions. And sometimes what I did is, like, they just have to answer it by themselves. Okay, until they reach 8 points. Okay, so for this one, since we only have like few players, so it's until 8, but if we have more players, then we do it until 12. All right, so that's for the Quizlet. All right, so I'll stop this one. Yep. All right, now let's move on to next, which is Kahoot. Right, so that's how you can do Quizlet live with your students. So again, you can do the Quizlet learn, you can do the match, you can also have them test using Quizlet. So you can generate an exam or a test using Quizlet. Okay, I'll just show you how you can create a test using your set. For example, okay. So for example, here, and so for example, I have the for my grade 7 class, okay, and then this set, I want to create a test out of this set. I can just click test, and then yeah, you can modify it. You can change the settings if you want more questions, if you want only multiple choice questions, if you want to show images, okay, if they will answer with term or they will answer with definition. Okay, so basically that's how you can test your students using Quizlet. Okay, so it will generate everything by everything, and then if in class, okay, you can print the test right away, and it will generate you with a test paper. All right, okay. Right, so yeah, it's kind of hard. All right, so I understand it's kind of hard. Now let's go to Kahoot. Okay, so Quizlet, say it's more for rote learning, more for them. I use it so that I can, before I introduce a lesson or and during the lesson and after the lesson also you have your test. So before the lesson they can study the terms already, and then students can learn, the different parts. Okay, you can use the diagrams, and there's a definition and how it's pronounced also. You can do that. So there are different ways that they can learn using Quizlet, right? Now in now in Ka- now in Kahoot, okay, so in Kahoot, it's more of a quiz. Okay, you can make live quizzes and you can make self-paced quizzes. So you can go to www.kahoot.com, and you can sign up. Both Quizlet and Kahoot is free now because of the outbreak. Okay, because of the school closure, they gave premium accounts, a Quizlet teacher, and also Kahoot Premium for K-12 teachers. Okay, so that's really awesome. Thank you so much to Quizlet and thank you to Kahoot. Now here you will see homepage. You will see discover Kahoots and report. So homepage. This is your homepage. You will see here some blogs from Kahoot and the Kahoots that you created here. The reports, okay, for the assessment is here also. And the challenges that are in progress are here, okay? So here in Discover, you will see different Kahoots created by other teachers. And yeah, you can check out the Kahoots made by other teachers collections of Kahoots here. And also you can check your own Kahoots here. Okay, yep. You can check out your own Kahoots here. Yeah, all right, so your own created Kahoots are here. So you can click play if you wanted. You can check if you want it to be private, to be seen by everyone. So everything is here. Now, how are you going to create Kahoot? So just click create here. Okay, and it will show you this screen. So there are free templates here that you can try. So if you want to create Kahoot, all right. So you can click typing a question. So for example, what part? So I'm going to make a title first. So this Kahoot is for what parts of the cell? Parts of the cell. And this Kahoot is for grade 8 science students. Okay. And you can change, or you can save your Kahoot to folder. You can add video, and you can change the visibility, the language also. You can add image here, and you can change the lobby music or the music while they're reading. Okay, so you just click done, and then you can start typing your question. Like for example, what parts of the cell? Sorry, what part of the cell is stores water or fluid? Okay, let's see. And then you can add an answer, which is cytoplasm and what mitochondria. You can also change vacuoles and nucleus. Okay. And what's good with this? What's good with Kahoot now is you can add image to the answer. Okay. You can also drag and drop image here. There is a wide range of pictures. Okay. Let's say mitochondria. Okay, that you can check here for free. Okay, so for example, here I can, and then it will be here. You can also change the time limit if you want it. So 20, 30, 60, 90. So if I wanted it 30 seconds, and yeah, and then just click done and you can get started with your Kahoot, right? So you can check out some Kahoots from other teachers, okay? And once you're done, okay, so for example, I'm done here. Oh, go back to edit. All right, so I have to check the correct answer, which is the back rules, right? So once you're done, okay, you can check and edit your Kahoot. So for example, here, I want to edit my Kahoot here. Okay, I just click the ellipsis here. Okay, and oh, this is not mine. So yeah, I'll open this. Yep, okay. So I can edit my Kahoot here. And also here, I can show the answers here, or I can edit my Kahoot here. Okay, so in case you wanted to edit your Kahoot. Right, now let's try the playing the Kahoot. What I want you to do is to, if you have the Kahoot app, just open your Kahoot app and enter the pin. Okay, so it will look like this in your students mobile or students iPad. I want you to go to your Kahoot app, or if you don't have, you can go to www.kahoot.it. That's www.kahoot.it or IT. Okay. So if I have my Kahoot here, right, so it will look like this. Okay, just click the enter pin here, and you will be prompted to enter the pin. So for you, okay, you need to enter this. You need to click Classic, okay, or team mode. All right. Okay, so you need to click Classic or team mode. So you can personalize it, okay, and then you can click Classic. All right. And it will show you ready to join. Okay, so that's 389-8800. So if you have your Kahoot with you, again, you can go to www.kahoot.it, or you can just go with your Kahoot app and key in the code. And then you will see here, okay, so those are the names of the names of your students will appear here, and let's see. All right, let's wait for some players. Okay, so let's try and let's get started. Okay, so there will be a question, and then your devices will serve as a clicker. So there's a question here, and then you will be answering. So there is a triangle, diamond, yellow for circle, and square for green. And then you will just click, okay? You will just click your answer. And then it will show here how many are answering, okay? And yeah, so it will show you how many answered, and like, okay, so everything here is correct. So what is Kahoot? Is it a worldwide game-based blended learning platform, or is it a fun classroom engagement tool, a place to share thought-provoking questions, or an audience response system? So you will see here the score after. So Jerome is on top. Okay, so 993 points. Next, okay, so I added a slide after, so the slide can reinforce the learning. So Kahoot is a game-based learning platform. It's learning games. Kahoots are multiple choice quizzes that allow user-generated and can be accessed via web browser or the Kahoot app. Okay, and then you can create next, and then you can go to quizzes again. All right. So yeah, so and then they can choose the answers here. Okay, so they will just choose the answer and then, okay, so go to, that's the answer. Okay, so two got the correct, so everyone got the correct answer. Yes, so how can I join the Kahoot community? Go to kahoot.com, follow a few simple and quick steps, get a free account. Okay. All right, so Jerome is leading with 2,057 points. Let's see. Okay, so here in Kahoot, you can sign up for free, right? So no need to answer this. You can sign up for free in www.kahoot.com and start your Kahoot experience with your students in the classroom or remotely. Okay, next question. Yes, I'm a Kahooter now. How do I start creating my first Kahoot? So is it choose a type of Kahoot with a butter and sugar, get inspiration from the public Kahoots, speak a good title, description, and audience. So yes, I'm a Kahooter. How do I start creating my first Kahoot? Is it choose a type of Kahoot with butter and sugar, get inspiration from the public Kahoots, or pick a good title, description, and audience? So the correct answer is choose a type of Kahoot, get inspiration from the public Kahoots, and pick a good title, description, and audience. Okay, so Jerome is leading, okay, with 3,165 points, and Bernie has the highest answer streak of 3. Okay, so this is actually what it will look like in your student's screen. Okay, so if your student is using Kahoot, right? The next question. Sorry. So create your Kahoots. How are you going to create your Kahoots? Create a fun learning game in minutes. We call this Kahoots. The format and number of questions is up to you. Add videos, images, and diagrams to your questions to amplify engagement. All right, so next question. How can I personalize my Kahoot? Is it upload an image or add a video, a YouTube video? Change question time limits, award points or not, or paint the screen? Okay, so the correct answer is you can upload an image or add a video, change question time limits, award points or not. You can do that. Okay, so Jerome is still leading with 4,438 points and has the highest answer streak of 4. Okay, question number 8 also. So what else can you do? So it can change its haircut, correct questions to reorder them, add more questions, edit, duplicate, or trash questions. Okay, so you can drag questions to reorder them. You can also add more questions, edit, duplicate, or trash questions. So this is what it looks like in your student screen, okay? And this is what you will be showing your students, okay, on your Zoom screen. So yeah, Jerome is still leading with answer streak of 5,806 points, okay? To play a Kahoot, I must, is it launch it on a large screen for everyone to see my questions? Is it to join on separate devices with my assigned game pin? Is it to use any web enabled mobile enabled device? Okay, or is it to join at Kahoot.it? Okay, so you can, okay, in order for your students to play Kahoot, you can launch it on a large screen for everyone to see the question. You can join on separate devices with the assigned game theme. You can also use any web-enabled device, and you can also join at Kahoot.it. Okay, so some join using Kahoot.it, some using their app. Okay, so Jerome is still leading with 7,271 points and has the highest, has a streak with 6 correct answers in a row. Okay, question number 10. Who can benefit from Kahoot? Is it students and teachers in schools and universities? Is it friends and family? Is it social event coordinators? Is it trainers or business leaders? Okay, so everyone can benefit from Kahoot. Students, teachers, families, friends, coordinators, trainers. Okay, it can be used in education and businesses everywhere. Okay, so Jerome has a streak with 7 correct answers in a row. Question 11, what can I use the results for? Okay, so the results, you can see a full leaderboard and responses to each question. You can assign friends, you can inform and adjust lesson plans, you can review feedback. Okay, so here, okay, in Kahoot, you can use the result for seeing the full leaderboard and responses to each of the questions. You can also inform and adjust lesson plans, and you can also review feedback and trainings and ratings and explore ways to enhance learning. All right, Bernie has a streak with 8 correct answers in a row. Okay, question 12, what does Kahoot offer you? Okay, so it captivates and focuses the whole room. It can control, students can control their own learning. It enables formative assessment and adaptive learning, or is it a fun, easy to use and empowering experience? So everything here is the correct answer. Okay. And Jerome is still leading. Bernie has a streak with 9 correct answers in a row. And last question, now that I'm in love with Kahoot, what should I do? Is it follow at facebook.com/getkahoot, download the iOS and Android mobile app, tell my friends, family, and colleagues, or become an expert at Kahoot.com, right? So everything here is correct answer. So you can follow them at facebook.com/getkahoot and Twitter at getkahoot. You can download the iOS and Android mobile app. You can also tell your friends, families, and colleagues, and also you can become an expert at Kahoot.com. Now let's see the podium. Okay, so this is what my students really like. All right, so 3rd place is Krista. 2nd place is Bernie, and our leader for today is Jerome. All right, congratulations. Great job. Okay, great job, teachers. Okay. So after that, your student can do personalized learning. So a while ago, I chose personalized learning. So I only got like 8 out of 13 correct answers. So I can just click next, and then I can study on my own. All right. So that's what. So here you can, students can master, okay, the questions, and then students can keep answering the questions afterwards. Okay, right. So that's how you can get started with your Quizlet and your Kahoots, right? So you can create Quizlet sets, you can create Kahoots so that you can have like formative assessment with your students. And you can also check the progress of the students. Yes, you can also check the progress of the students in Kahoot. Okay, I'll just show you, like for this example, okay, I'll just show you. All right, so here you can check scores of the students. This is the report. You can just click report here, okay, and then you will see the scores of your students. All right, so that's for the Kahoot. Okay, so that's for Quizlet and Kahoot. I'll be sending the links for Quizlet and Kahoot. If you wanted to check out, you can go to www.quizlet.com, and also you can go to www.kahoot.com, and you can sign up there. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. So that's it for using using Quizlet and Kahoot for formative assessment. That's how you can do it in your class in remote learning. So you can share your screen and then have your students answer the questions. And yep. Okay. So do you have any other questions how you can use Kahoot in your classes? Okay, yeah. If there are no more questions, I'll just send again the survey form. So this is the survey form for your certificates and of course for me to improve again my the way I deliver the the webinar. All right. So yeah, I'll be sending survey form here. And yep. So yeah, it for that's it for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. So tomorrow will be our last course today for our teaching and remote learning. I will be using Microsoft OneNote for tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, so I hope you can get started with Quizlet and with Kahoot today. Okay, you can check out Quizlet and Kahoot and have it started with your students. All right. So thank you so much for joining me again. I'll see you tomorrow for our last course in in teaching and remote learning. Again, this is Mitchell, and bye everyone.